All right, ladies and gentlemen, once your piece here is done and everything you have gone through and you've checked you have 5 parts, that all of those 5 parts are individual parts, we can start taking these and converting them into part drawings so that we can later on assemble them. Okay, so again, this is just like your layout template. This is not really something that you're going to be able to turn in the end. So down below here, you're going to see part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, final assembly, and like your drawing file. All right, so I've already done my part 1. I've already drawn my part 1, which is my green part. So let's come back to my green part over here, and let's just take a quick look. When I look at my green part, I have 2 pieces on the bottom, 2 pieces above that, and then 1 piece on the right. And again, if I change this distance to be 0.375, we can see how they stack up on top of one another, right? So there's my green piece there. So I have drawn that piece in its entirety here. So when we look at this here, again, there's basically 4 of those blocks inside. And each block is 0.375, so 0.375 times 2 is 0.75, right? I also could just simply say 0.375. You can use the asterisk key, and then times 2 blocks to get the same dimension. Then on the right, on the top, I have a block that's 0.375 by 0.375. I extruded that out 0.375, which we can see right there. And then I colored it the same color that I used in here. All right, so let's work on my part 2 now, and let's say that that's my purple part. Okay, so I'm gonna change this because I need to be able to see inside. So I'm gonna go back to 0.75, and we'll talk about my purple part. So my purple part here, when I look at this, I have 2 on the bottom, 1 in the middle, on the right, 2 on the top, and then also we can see that 1 light comes back in the top, but I can't draw all of that at once. So let's start with this C shape here. So I'm going to switch over to part 2 now. You have to draw these in separate part files for this activity. So I'm going to sketch on the fronts. Again, I had like 2 blocks wide, so that's 0.375 asterisk, which is the time sign, times 2, which again is 0.75. It came up 3 blocks. So again, I could say 0.375 times 3. It came over again 2 blocks, so I'll just make sure that that's even with down below. Then again, each one of these pieces is 0.375. Then again, I'm only coming over 1 block, so 0.375. Coming down 1 block, so 0.375. Coming over, and I'm coming down, and both of those should be 0.375 too, which they are. All right, so again, if I dimensioned here, it's going to say like it can't be a main dimension here, but it can like be grayed out. Okay, we can confirm with these grayed out dimensions that they're the right size, which they are. So now that we know that everything is the right size, we can start to move on now to the next steps. So we're going to finish this. Again, we need to extrude this thing 0.375, really. And then I'm just going to add that extra block on after the fact, right? So 0.375. And again, the extra block, when we come back here, that extra block is attached back here. Okay, so that's behind like my top right corner. So when I come to part 2, this is my top right corner here. I want to be on the back side of that top right corner. Okay, so I'm going to click back. I'm going to be drawing up here. I'm going to create a small sketch, and I'm just going to draw a box, which again will be 0.375 by 0.375. It should just go, in my case, from corner to corner. Those are the right dimensions. I come out, I say Shift and E. That thing is going to be added to this part. It's going to come out 0.375. I'm going to click the checkbox. Okay, so again, I still only have 1 part here. kind of looks like a different color because one, it's on the opposite side of my plane, but there we have the part. Now when I come back here again, this is like a purple color. Now I really want to know like exactly what color it is. So we're just going to hop into edit appearance. I'm going to look, this is my 1, 2, 3, 4th purple down here on the right. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to highlight the part and say edit appearance, and it's the 1, 2, 3, 4th purple on the right. Okay, and there's my part. So for these drawings, when you go to turn something in, you're going to find the isometric view with the most detail, you know, which in this case, I can see both the C and the bump out from this view here. I can't see the bump out quite as good from here. I still can kind of. Here's also not necessarily the best. You know, I think that there's a couple here. This is probably the worst, right? Because I really don't see what's going on down there. But I'd have to say that like this view here or like this view here are going to be the two best views to make for my drawing. So let's say this view here, we're going to go up to the lines here. We're going to go down to prints. We're going to make this box surround our part. So like zoom out and make the thing fit. Again, I want to be in an isometric view.
Tuesday to you. Teachers, please check your email at station list.
And then we're going to say download the image.
Have a great day, everybody.
Okay, now here's my part 2 PNG. And this is going to be one of the 5 pictures that you attach to your output drawing. Okay, so this is going to be what actually goes into Classroom for where I'm asking you to turn in your 5 part drawings or 5 part images. Okay, so this is one of 5. You would continue on and you'd produce the other parts that are necessary for your piece, and when you're done, you're going to turn all of those 5 images into me in Classroom. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know.